With hunting season arriving, David was more than excited to get things started. Deep into the forest, David sat on top of a hunting tree stand, high above the ground, with his bow in hand. He has gone bow hunting for deer many times before, but this was a new location. His other spots hadn't been so great the previous few years. While he's killed many deer in the process, none have been to his liking. So he figured he'd try a new spot in hopes of bagging a trophy buck. The day, unfortunately, had been uneventful so far. Aside from a few small animals scampering around the grounds below, there had been no sign of any deer so far. David had spent more time drinking and eating his snacks than actually attempting to shoot at some deer. With the sun going down, David figured it was time to call it a day. But just as he was about to descend from the tree stand, he heard a disturbance from a row of bushes a few yards away. Thinking this could actually be his first chance to catch a deer for the day, David repositions himself on the tree stand and readies his bow. He silently aims his bow towards the direction where he heard the disturbance, but nothing. Suddenly, the silhouette of a creature the size of a deer scampers away from the bushes and behind a tree that is closer to where he's at. David looks confused. While the creature did run on all fours like a deer, it moved and looked nothing like a deer. Could it be a small bear? David thought to himself, as he kept his bow aimed and ready. Suddenly, the silhouette of the creature quickly starts to scale the tree a few yards in front of David. Not a deer, might be a cougar, David thinks to himself as he keeps his bow fixed on the target, moving up from behind a tree. Shit, I can't get a clean shot, David mutters to himself. Just then, the creature disappears behind a part of the tree full of brush. David keeps his bow ready as he nervously anticipates what could happen next. His breathing is the only thing that can be heard in the now quiet and darkening woods. Suddenly, something leaps into the air from the bushes of the tree and right towards him. David shoots his bow. His arrow whips through and pierces into the shoulder of the leaping creature. It shrieks. The creature goes crashing into the bushes below before scampering away into the darkness of the forest. Holy crap, what the hell was that? David says to himself. David, heart pounding, nervously looks around the ground below him as he readies another arrow for his hunting bow. In all his years of hunting, he's never seen any creature like it before, and in all honesty, he wishes he never had. Moments go by with nothing but the sound of David moving about the tree stand and actively surveying the grounds below. He hasn't seen or heard anything new, but even if he doesn't see or hear anything else the rest of the night, he has no plans of descending the tree stand till the sun rises. But just as David thinks the rest of the night might be uneventful, the creature scampers right towards David's tree and starts to climb it. David has a hard time aiming at it since it's climbing the backside of the tree, almost clear of David's aim. As the creature continues to ascend the tree towards him, David manages to position himself just enough off the side of the stand to aim at the creature. With the creature being just several feet away from him, David is finally able to get a good look at it. It almost looks like some kind of weird mix of a humanoid creature and a sloth. Big black eyes, a mouth full of teeth, long neck, and razor claws on its long, dangly arms and legs. David is too overwhelmed with shock at first to shoot, but he quickly snaps out of it, and he shoots at the creature. The arrow slides across the back of the creature, causing a long, bloody gash. In severe pain, the creature lets go of the tree and crashes into the bushes below, just before it scampers right back into the darkness of the forest. With his adrenaline still pumping, David is able to compose himself enough to ready another arrow. While still in shock at what he is witnessing, David is relieved that he was able to successfully foil another attack. Moments go by with no signs of the creature. The more time goes by with no disturbance, the more confident David gets. He starts to believe he can kill whatever it is. Heck, this may be the trophy he's been looking for after all these years of hunting. Brimming with confidence, David yells towards the forest. "Come on, where are you? Is that all you got? I'm right here, come and get me." But just as a smile of cockiness forms on David's face, a thunderous roar greets him. In front of him, coming from the darkness of the forest, David sees what looks to be a tree moving towards him. But the closer it gets, David realizes it's no tree. Emerging from the forest is a creature, walking upright and just as tall as the trees surrounding it. From the hunting stand perched high above the ground, David stares at a creature. It has the same features as the previous one, with this one being much larger. David aims his bow at the creature, but before he can do anything else, the giant creature's claw swipes at the hunting stand, causing everything to come crashing to the ground, including David. Injured and covered in blood, David tries to crawl away, but before he is able to cover a few feet in distance, he is greeted by the smaller creature. Just as David is about to grab a knife from his belt, the creature pounces on him and starts devouring him. David screams as the larger creature looks on like a proud parent.